good evening,
Good evening.
and wishing you all a very happy Independence Day. It's a big
Thank
day for all the Indians, and
thank
of course, a very, very proud day for all of us.
Absolutely. And a very proud day for Trinity International School also. You are an eminent personality in yourself, such a young achiever. And today you are one of
Thank
us
you, thank you so much.
for the Inspiration 2020 series. We are extremely pleased to have you on the show, Ms. Varsha Rajkhowa. So everyone, Trinity International School, I'm not going to waste
Thank
a lot of time. Believe me, Ms. Varsha, I have been flooded in my inbox with questions that are very varied, very simple and very complicated. But the question answer session starts at 5:20. It's a crisp 20-minute session. So we'll wait for that. As of now, Trinity
sure.
International School welcomes Miss Scuba International 2016 and the Ocean Ambassador India to its inspiring talk, which happens every
Thank you.
Tuesday. It's called Inspiration 2020. We are very, very, very pleased to have you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much. It's my honor to be a part of the show.
you know, this is a very casual format. And on a very personal level, I feel there could be no better day than the 74th Independence Day to have you as, the only Indian who's achieved this title. So for us and for all Indians, let me tell you, you make us very proud indeed. We are very, very proud of what you have
Thank you
achieved,
so much.
where you have taken India, and the podium that you must have stood on and accepted that title. You make us all very, very proud. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you for all your endeavors. Well, you see, people don't want to hear me today. People want to hear you. So I'm going to give up this evening to you. And of course, we would all like to hear your message that you have in this topic that you have chosen. Resolution, conquer eternal glory with the spark within. I personally am so looking forward to not being a host this evening, but just being an audience. I so want to hear you, Ms. Varsha. So please take this evening forward. We would open up the question answer session for audience a little later at 5:20, between 5:20 and 5:30. Thank you so much. Please go
Thank
ahead.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Varsha Rajkhowa, Miss Scuba International 2016 and the current Ocean Ambassador. I'm also a climate leader. I have done my master's in environment science and specialized in wastewater engineering. About my pageant journey is something that I would want all of you to know that I'm not a trained model or from any professional agency. Whatever I have learned through my journey and the opportunities given to me, whether it was local level, regional level, national level, or international. It's always been through the journey that I have learned and experimented how to improvise. And of course, buying credit that we all do is asking my family what was wrong in my performance today and how I can improve the next time. For me, the dream to become something extraordinary, or to stand out and shine bright and represent India internationally was very young. Like, I was 6 years old when I actually told my parents that I wanted to be someone who is known, who is famous. And but I didn't know, like, because when you're a child, you always see that glitz and glamour around, and when you're watching television, you're like, oh my god, there's paparazzi all over this person. Why? Like, mostly Bollywood. So as I used to see that, that really used to influence me, and I was like, okay, I want to be someone who is known, who is famous. And when I leave for my journey ahead after this life, I want people to remember me for my good deeds, and take my name with that kind of pride that
Already
every
are.
Indian
They
has when
already
they
are.
say.
They already are.
Yes. So thank you so much.
And I would like to
But
interrupt you
I'm
here.
from a defense background.
Okay, sorry. I
Yes.
would like to interrupt you here. So when you spoke about the career aspect, one of the most asked questions for this topic, or for you coming on as a speaker, was, is this a career? This was the most
Yes.
asked question. Yes. Is this a career? Being
Definitely.
a, yeah, winning a pageant or being a Scuba International or being an ocean ambassador, is this a career? Is what most people ask me for today. So there you have
Okay.
already
Like
answered.
everything. Yes, yes, like everything has its own glory, like I said that if you win Miss World, if you win Miss Universe, people are like, then what do you do after winning? Is the first question, are you earning your bread and butter? Because that's what we all strive for at the end of the day. That's what we are looking forward, that how do we, earn our bread and butter from this? The work and the earning is the first thing in everyone's mind, which is quite, relevant, and the question as well, that whether you can pursue your career with choosing something of this kind. Pageant, yes, of course, is a very competitive and difficult line, because out of thousands and lakhs of girls, only few are selected, and then only one representative gets to go internationally and represent the country. But it is worth it, and once you win, of course, life changes. You get endorsements, your branding. So as I said, I was from the defense background. My dad was in the Air Force, and my mom loves designing. She gave up her career. She was doing her business, and she gave up her career because so that I can pursue something. But having said that, it's very important to complete your studies. Reason why I'm saying this, because when you're standing on a stage, especially international platforms or anywhere where you're representing your country, like my name was not announced there, Varsha Rajkhowa. It was Miss India. So wherever that huge responsibility comes, it's very important you're intellectual enough, because then you're confident that, okay, whatever the topic is, I know a gist of it, what I can speak, you can relate to that thing. So when you talk about not completing your education, that's something not that I'll support. But of course, as a child, I was like, why do I have to study after class 12? I can just jump onto modeling and I can just go for this beauty pageant. But that's I would say the studies that I did, like I finished my graduation, then I did my master's, of course, paid off, because Miss Scuba International also serves for the cause of saving oceans through beauty and protecting the environment. Once you are winning the crown, then you become the ocean ambassador along with being Miss Scuba International. You have to tour around the world. You have to go for different conferences. You have to have your opinion, talk to experts, talk to people all over the world. And they see how intellectual you are as an ambassador. Are you capable enough to hold up to the name, hold up to the crown? So it's a big responsibility even for a queen. It's not just putting makeup, getting dressed well with designer clothes and wearing your crown and going to the stage. It's also about how good do you represent as an ambassador. So yes, it is a career. It depends on how seriously do you take it and how do you grow with the opportunity that's given to you. Like I said, that I told my parents that I wanted to be someone who is known, who is famous. But they always told me the journey of life is never easy. You will have defeats, you will fall, you will fail. But then at the end of the day, it's you who you should have an opinion and judgment. We say something and you do that. So they were very clear about that thing, that it's up to you what you want to do and how you want to achieve. We are there to support you, but don't expect us to spoon feed you. So that kind of a thing always motivated me, because my dream is mine. I cannot buy it or demand my parents that I want to do this or I want to be something like this. But I need to earn it. I need to earn their respect, and I need to earn what I want in life. So that's very important. But of course, with the journey, I have faced 35 rejection before I got my first break. Even before I won the first crown, the same competition, I was rejected 4 times. It was a local competition that I had gone for. But even from there, like, always returning back, third time, fourth time, and then I was like, okay. But I never gave up, because back home I never got that encouragement, that don't cry, don't do this. They were like, cry, it's your problem, you need to deal with it, you chose the line. You have to fight. If you're not fighting, that means you're not believing in yourself. So I think having the fighting spirit, it matters a lot. And keeping faith in yourself, that no, I can do it, it is very, very important. Also, when I did this, I was extremely passionate about dancing. So I pursued my dance when I was in school, but never got the lead role. I was always a back dancer, and always like, okay, she's there, just an existing person. Never like the lead role, becoming the main Radha, and with that Krishna ji, all those Janmashtami celebration or even Independence Day celebration. I I was always into dancing or fancy dress, but never the lead role or the center stage position was given to me. But it's okay. I got a stage, I got the chance to perform. So, I took opportunities. I never saw it as this is not worth it. We need to work with brands. We need to work with something bigger, or I need the center stage. I was like, I need to be somewhere in life that is my dream. And for that, I need to start small, step by step. Only then this experience will give me to experience the bigger platform. So, of course, in school, I was there in the dancing team. And then I used to compete in the nationals for swimming. I was into sports completely. So most of the time in school, I was not someone who who was a bright student or the topper, but I was always outside the class, either playing or swimming or dancing. It was like my teachers were like, "Is she even in the class?
Oh.
Is she attending anything?" But as I
I'm
said, that
sure
my
all your
parents were like,
people who would be stuck up in school and coming first and second would be envious of you now.
oh, the
I'm sure
topper of
about
the
that.
school was my best friend. So now
Oh,
when she looks at me, she's like, look at you. But she never gave up on me. She's like, okay, okay, you pursue. I'll do your homework. I'll teach you. She used to read for me, Anupama,
God
and she
bless
used to
her.
teach me. So yeah,
God bless
so
her.
I have
You need
had
friends
some
like this.
incredible friends. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
lovely,
I
lovely.
have had. Like in movies, you see, those supporting actors that okay, for friends we'll do anything. I actually had one or two of them in my life, but priceless completely. Like I can't
Amazing.
thank them enough for what they have done. And
For you to be
then
so
as I grew
modest
up,
again is a very big quality. You're being so modest, so humble,
thank,
and you're such a
thank you
celebrity in
so much.
yourself. To all your friends who are
Thank you
listening
so
to
much.
you, this is your Varsha. This is the Varsha
Thank you.
who still is so
Thank
humble and modest and yet holds the record of the title of being the only Indian to hold this title. This is amazing, Varsha.
thank you.
You are an
Thank
inspiration
you.
in yourself. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you so
I
much.
keep coming in between because I can't hold back
No,
what I'm feeling.
that's that's completely okay. In fact, I love if people interact. Otherwise it's like a
They will,
monologue. You're
believe
going
me.
on and on.
5 minutes, and I'm sure you won't get a chance to speak. The others are going to have a lot of questions, and I
Sure,
won't take up
sure. I
much
would love to
time.
answer them.
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, so I was saying then my journey from school, then I was like waiting that in school, maybe, since I was performing, maybe someone sees me or something happens. And then I was like, I went to college. By the time I reached college, I was almost 75 kgs. I had put on a lot of weight, and that was like a sudden fluctuation. Yeah. But still, I was like, I want to try for Femina. I want to go for modeling. And my mom said, if you sit at home and just keep saying that you want to go here, you want to go there, no one's going to come home and give you the opportunity. But she never spoke about the weight. She said, try, you go try. Because, she also realized that if I go outside, I see other competitors, I'll know what are the requirements. What is it to be on that platform, and what is it to be seen by so many people? You get responsible yourself, you start working out, you start working on yourself, on your styling. So, I did the first pageant, which was a local pageant. And with that weight, 75 kilos, I was actually selected in the top
Oh,
10.
lovely.
So that was the time when I actually realized that, okay, I have something in me that the judges saw, and that boosted my confidence that I can do better. Maybe the top three position can come if I improvise, and I see what is not that I'm not doing. So the good part about it is I never felt conscious about who I was and how did I look, or my appearance, or what was I wearing. So I always competed with myself. I was never busy wasting my time looking at how beautiful she is or how good she is. And even in school, like I never was like focusing on, oh, I need to top. I just used to say, I just want to pass. I will take the knowledge, I will use it in some time in my life. I will learn from the teachers the knowledge that I want, because they are
Oh, I
someone
love this.
for whom we no, because of them. If you take that point positive, you listen to the teacher saying you're not a good student, you're this, but they will pinpoint you only if they are interested. Otherwise, they will just leave you.
Yeah.
So I
They
came
do
up
it
with
if they
that
care.
they are focusing. yeah, they are telling me all the time I'm not a good student. I need to study because my friend was a topper of the class. I was like, okay, they are putting more interest in me because I'm an interesting person. So, that kind of a bond with teacher was like, they were like, Varsha, what is it that we do? You just pass and we will throw a party the day you pass. So, but with God's grace, I always
So
used to
did you
clear
pass?
my finals.
Oh, great, great.
Yeah,
And did they
yes,
throw a
yes, I
party?
did, of course. Yes, they did, especially my Hindi
Oh,
teacher.
great.
I'm from Northeast. So my
Okay.
Hindi teacher was like, आप एक sentence ठीक से लिखो and I assure you मैं लड्डू दूंगी. So of course they are proud and they were very happy I passed. I never failed in any of my class or even in boards. I passed with first division.
Oh,
But I
wow.
was like, that's it. People were going 90s, 80s, and I was like, oh, I'm fast. I'm clear all subject. I was pretty happy. But in college, it was the other way around. I got distinction plus, and I came in the top 10. So
Okay.
even I didn't know how did I do that. My parents still don't believe. They actually sat with the mark
They
sheet
took
and they
a
were like,
beauty
we'll
with brains.
calculate.
Oh,
Yes, and it was just by fluke it happened. But of course, I was very enthused in doing practicals and going to field and studying, even nature when I used to go. I used to love the field visits and making reports and doing something interesting. So that was something which was very much there in me. So when I came to college, I never left my dancing. I still continued. I was like, okay, maybe not modeling, but dancing can take me near to my dreams and I can go to Mumbai, try on something. So one fine day while I was dancing in my college, I came back home and I told my parents, now I think I will go for a reality show. So they were like, no, your final year is left. You need to finish that and then you can do whatever. So the final exam and the final day audition was on the same day. And of course, as parents are parents, so the final day exam and the final auditions were together. I gave up on the audition and I finished with my papers
oh,
because university, you can't just leave the exam and
correct,
come the next year. It's
correct.
like a bag. Yeah. So they were completely against it and they're like, no, no, you need to finish your degree. I did that and then I still continued dancing. And then I joined the institute, which was in Latin and ballroom. I competed internationally in Latin and ballroom. I
Oh,
went
we
to
didn't know
Sri
that.
Lanka to compete. Yes.
That's lovely.
So yeah, while I was trying, my father writes. So he has written the school song for Sainik School Gwalpara, which is in Assam.
Lovely.
So it's been 50 plus years they've been singing the school song. So one
So
of
is
the
this a family
boys
of
in
brains? The Rajkhowa
yes,
brains? The mom, the
thank
dad,
you.
the daughter? Who else, please?
Yes,
So, I can plot
my
each
sister,
one
my sister.
for the Inspiration 2020. That's it. I've got 1 month of Rajkhowas. All the Rajkhowas,
Thank you
mother,
so much.
father,
Thank
and
you.
the siblings.
Thank you so much. So,
So, since we are a
so in the
school, sorry, I was just saying we are a school and we have
yes,
a
yes.
lot of parents. And I heard you talk with so much pride about your mom and how she raised you and how your parents directed you. They put their foot down where
Yes.
they had to, they gave you the liberty where they had to. So, a lot of
But
parents today who are
it's
listening,
important.
yeah,
Yes, but it's important, like for the kids and for the college going people, like all the youth, I would want to say that it's very important for you to prove yourself first, not to your parents or someone. If you want something and you're not working towards it, you're just demanding them. Some parents would not support. Like if I would have demanded my parents, they would have never supported me, because they said it's your dream. You need to earn. You need to earn, at least earn a bit, go to the first level of it, then we will push you. Because it was never spoon fed it to me that, okay, we pay you for your heels, we pay you for your garments. They never did that. And that's how I actually valued how difficult it is to be in the glamour industry, to maintain yourself, everything. The first income that I had, you value that more, but it's very important to learn. So that's what I would want to say. Like parents who are supporting, also, I'm sure they have given their kids the hard way. Not no one gives it like very easy, served in a platter. Okay, go do, and we are there at your back. So that's a very important thing that all the parents do. And yeah, so at a reunion of my dad's school, he met a person who happened to speak to him and said that, sir, I'm a huge fan of your school song that you have written. And then while they were interacting, he mentioned about the legendary choreographer Saroj Khan. So he said, I happen to work with her as an assistant director. So that said that my daughter is into dancing. Is there something that, is there something that's coming up and she can get an opportunity? So he said, sure, I'll try, but I can only try and connect her. She can go audition for it. So that came, and he said that I happened to speak to this person, and he mentioned about the legendary choreographer Saroj Khan, and I was like, "Mum," I was like, my whole body had gone numb that time, and I was like, "Is it really the Saroj Khan?" So he gave a number. I called up, and Master Ji answered herself, and she was like, yes, yes, I am Saroj Khan. At once I couldn't believe. And then happened that she said, you come to Mumbai tomorrow morning. I want to see you. Let's audition and see how good you are, but come to my place first. So she invited me to her house first, which was unbelievable and which is still unbelievable for me.
And as a
And
listener,
the
it's
only
so
thing I
wonderful
did
to hear.
was,
It's like a fairy tale come true.
thank you. Yes, and I'm blessed and I'm lucky that I could learn from the legend. She did give me the opportunity. She said that there is something. So she made me dance off beat. Otherwise, the dancers, they dance on beat with the rhythm and the music. But what she checked was I able to catch the off beat that's there in the music? That's the music which is in between one, two. You have the music in between. So that's how they see how much is your caliber as a dancer to catch hold of the minute details in a song and express it and still, manage to dance with the steps given to you. So I cracked that. That's when she said that I think you are going places. And after working with her, completing a course with her, then I worked with her as an assistant choreographer. But she did tell my father that I think, she has a greater caliber to be in front of the camera rather than being back of the camera. So that was another point where I realized that, okay, she has seen something in me. So let me give it a try. Again, back to modeling and some pageants that were happening that time. So I again went for auditions. I went for Femina. And while I was trying for Femina, I happened to crack Campus Princess, which is a selection for Femina itself, Femina Diva or Femina Miss World. So you have Campus Princess, the finalists, they get to go to the Times guest house, train in the Times office, and you get to meet different faculties from Femina. It's a Times property. And then if you win, then you get to represent like in the national pageant as a finalist. So I was fortunate. I got selected on Campus Princess 2015, winner from Pune, and then got the training, got the exposure. I met the great ramp walker and supermodel of India, Alicia Raut. I got the opportunity to train with her, which was incredible because I told you I'm not a trained model or from any agency. It's completely like self-made. So for me, it was like, wow, getting so much of professional training really helped me, like voice and accent training, how to do your makeup, how to style yourself. So that training did change a lot in me, a lot like, putting day makeup, night makeup, or when you go into an institute, how do you dress up? There was a lot of grooming that was given to us, and I used to write down everything that I carried forward till my international pageant, because during my international pageant, after this, when I was performing on a stage, a person from the audience, he saw me and he's like, I think you fit in for a pageant which is coming soon to India, which is known as Miss Scuba India, and the winner gets to go represent India internationally. So why don't you try? It's about it's about scuba diving. It's about adventure sports. It's about environment conservation, ocean conservation. So I went, I auditioned, I got selected in the 24 finalists from India. Our training was in Goa, and mentor was Melvin Norona, who is the national costume designer for Femina. You must have heard
Yes,
his name.
yes.
And he also designed my national costume for the finals, international, and the evening gown. So sir was guiding me that time, and Hemant Sood, he was there, who was organizing at that time. So but after getting selected in the India finals in the national pageant, when I had to go internationally, I was not given any formal training like you do have. So my mom was like, it's okay, we have a whole team, will work for you. My dad was training me for question answer and content writing, how do you write your introduction and everything. And my mom was there making garments for me. She loves stitching and she's always made some amazing garments. My favorite gown was made by my mom. So
Wow.
you can search it. Yes, it's there on the Miss Kuba
We
International
already have.
page. So
A
yeah,
lot
she
of
made
people have
somewhere around
purchased. Oh, lovely.
she yeah, somewhere around 8 to 9 garments. And my sister did all my styling for all those 20-25 days I was there in the pageant, what to wear, what earring to wear, what lipstick to put with what, she was guiding me continuously. I had a friend, I still have him in my life, my best friend Rohit Verma, who's from Delhi. He was doing all my picture editing and promotions. And of course, a PR team, Karma PR, Hina and Suraj. They were there, whom I had taken that time. They knew me since Femina days. So I told them that, kindly cover up this journey so that people in
There is
India
so
know
much
what I'm
involved, is
going
it?
for and what I'm.
So
Yes,
to maybe
the team
participate,
was made, I had to
like
I
I'm
had to
just
search
gobsmacked,
for
if you
each
can
and
say.
every one of them.
Yeah. I'm like
Because
content
when you
writing,
self-train,
modulation, how much
yes, yes,
garment, photography, styling, makeup, so
yes,
much
yes,
required.
yes.
Believe
In
me, I
fact,
always thought that you get everything ready on a platter. Believe me, that's what I thought. So when you enter a
no,
contest, I believed till now
yes.
that you get a hairstylist, you get a costume designer, and I always envy. I'm like, what do these girls do? I mean, everything just comes to them on a hanger. They just wear it off and they're walking up the ramp. I'm like, what a life.
Not really, because you have to work out a lot. I did CrossFit training. I used to go hill running with my mom, early morning, waking up and doing yoga, meditation, which is important. But I did everything on my own. As I said, it depends. Like if you're through an organization who is investing that much in you, they do pay up for your PRs, they pay up for your costumes. You have designers, like we know Miss World. It's all you have people who are working on you. For me, it was difficult. It was a new pageant that was introduced in India, and I had to gather the team. I had to work on whom to ask for what, and friends, family, whatever they could do, they did for me. And self training, I went to CrossFit. I joined them on my own, and they trained me for the bikini round and for fitness. And mom gave up everything for 3 months, no guest coming in, no junk food, nothing. So they also switched off every distraction that I could have during my preparation, which is very important. It's like you're preparing for UPS. You need to be very serious. And especially when you don't have it, give it on your platter. You really need to work on everything. So I used to watch a lot of videos. What is Miss Universe previous year winner doing, Miss World previous year winner doing, how they're
Like the
walking, how
last
they're
10
talking.
years
So
test papers, is it?
yes, exactly. You know how we cracked the exams. So exactly, yeah, last 10 years papers. So, but then when I went for my international pageant, it's very, very important for this pageant to be certified scuba diver. So after I won the India Nationals, I went to Andaman's Havelock, did my training with Kshitij Mittal and Malhar Kulkarni and Sai Rohan. They were there who trained me in Andaman's Havelock, and then I left for my international pageant. Trust me, it's not easy because during your international pageant, it's same as how Miss World and Miss Universe, the flow is ramp for question answer, and you have to talk on different topics. So the flow of the pageant is same. The only difference is you have to have 6 to international pageant. You have to dive, and they see how good diver you are, and how calm and composed you are, and how observant you are underwater. So when I was diving, there is always a story in every pageant, and mine, I love to mention this in all my talks. I happened to see some sharks, and when I saw a shark, it's like seeing a celebrity underwater. So I saw a shark, and you're breathing through the regulator. It's not that you breathe naturally. So when I was diving and I saw a shark, the regulator came off my mouth, and my instructor signaled me that, what are you doing? When we came up, I
Oh my God,
told him that, listen, it was a shark. It was like seeing a celebrity underwater. It's no
taking my
joke,
breath
like a
away.
shark.
Yeah.
So Yes, so that was one small story that I had during my pageant, but it was lovely meeting everyone. Also, I got to hear that it's so good that you're from a country where Sushmita Sen was born. She's still the diva in the pageant industry.
Wow.
People still
Wow.
admire her. And of course, she's my idol. I look up to her always. She's from the forces, her background's from the
I hope
forces. So
you
I
realize
believe,
that you are the idol for many youngsters today. I'm sure,
thank you
and
so much. I really hope.
as humble as you are, you have to accept that there are a lot of girls who get inspired by you. There is a lot of youth fan following
Thank
that you have. So
Thank you
after this
so much.
talk,
Thank you.
a
I
lot more
hope I can
inspired.
contribute and motivate.
You surely have. You
Thank you so
already
much.
have. I'm
Thank
extremely
you so
sorry. We
much.
can keep
Oh,
listening to you. This has been a super interesting talk, but unfortunately, we are extremely punctual about our timing. And I also am aware that you have another
no
webinar
problem.
coming up. And I'm sure the
Yes,
audience wants to ask you questions. We won't disappoint them. Audience, if you'd like to ask
sure.
questions, please unmute one at a time and ask Miss Varsha your questions. Otherwise, I have plenty that I need to ask. Plenty have come in already. Would the audience like to ask Miss Varsha any questions before we wind up? From Dimple, you are amazing, ma'am. Who was your motivation to take?
Thank you so much.
That's Dimple asking you this question. Who was your motivation?
Okay, as I said, my biggest motivation as I grew up was Susmita Sen. We always, idolize our parents, but if you're asking apart from them, then definitely Susmita Sen. I've loved watching the way she is glamorous, gorgeous, elegant, poised, calm. So I love the way she speaks. She's impromptu in all her interviews. And of course, she's the first one to win Miss Universe. I'm the first one. So seeing that flag up high, it's a magical, mesmerizing moment. And she believes that you should take opportunities, and I believe that you should live every moment. You should take every opportunity. You should not live by days or by years. Only then your life will be celebrated.
Is such a wonderful line to actually close this evening on. But I know
Thank
that
you.
this won't do justice to our audience, though I am going to ask the audience to remember that this session has been closed already by these beautiful lines that she has just spoken. But there's another question that has come up to me, and I would like to ask that on behalf of a student. Now, the student says, Miss Varsha, you are the only Indian to win this title and still hold the record. Tell us how it felt to stand up on the podium while you were receiving the title. So I guess the child wants to know your feelings, what went through you.
That feeling, that moment, you're so numb because you are seeing it's emotional, it's something you can't express in words, but you can only feel it. So my heart felt that moment because you heard not your name, but the country's name, India. And, seeing the flag up high, that first is India, and then the second, and then the third. That is a magical moment for any Indian, for anyone who is born, in India to see, or anyone's country they are representing. For every individual, that is a magical, mesmerizing moment, and it's something that you can truly feel by your heart and not express by words, because we say at most of the time that words can't express, but in this situation, it's actually I can't express with words. I was extremely emotional. The only thing I did, I cried and cried till I actually forgot that I had to wear the crown. I had to walk, wave to the people, and say thank you to the crowd. It was truly magical, and I still live in that moment of my life. Whenever I feel low, or I feel depressed, or I feel I'm failing, I go back, I live that moment, I motivate myself, and I come back and fight my battles in life.
This was so heartfelt. Believe me, I've got the goosebumps. You
Thank you so
narrated that
much.
feeling, and it was so very heartfelt. I'm sure all of us listening today have the same feeling like I do. We are all goosebumpy. This is lovely. And to be very
Thank
honest,
you.
I can actually blink a tear out. Just imagining
Yes.
an Indian stand up, on that podium and receive that title, which no one ever has. or no one assumed would, India would win. What a moment of
Sure.
achievement. What a moment of pride. And Indians forever will be grateful to you. You brought that to
Thank
India,
you.
brought that glory to us.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
have a ton of questions. I promise the audience that this will be shot out to Ms. Varsha on an email. We hope to expect replies on the email and we'll put it up on our website. But
Yes.
for now, I'll have to close
Sure.
this session. Very unfortunate because we can keep on listening to you, Ms. Varsha. And the
Thank you so much.
Rajkovas,
Thank you.
my gratitude to your parents for raising such a brilliant child, to your sister for
Thank you.
supporting you in all your endeavors. This is a marvelous family. My heart goes out to you all for, and I wish a lot of success to your family, your dad for his writing,
Thank you.
your mom in supporting both the siblings. God bless you all. This is a beautiful day. It's Independence Day. I wanted Miss Varsha today to speak to us because she has made India proud. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
this evening. Goodbye. Goodbye, audience. You all have been
Thank you.
beautiful,
Thank you so
patient,
much.
very excited. Thank you so much, Miss Varsha. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you
Keep
for having
progressing.
me.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much. Bye bye.